Other movers and shakers in this event include the talents of Ryan Priest. Eric Byrne is up in that pack of cars. So is it the 50 of Michael Bennett, and it is Danny Cates. Trouble now. Meanwhile, backing out of it a bit was Todd Owen. That almost upset the field that followed. They're all settling back in now, and look at Doug Coby. Coby tries to muscle his way to the inside of Tommy Bowles. Doug Coby is up to position number 5. Out of line comes Rowan Pettick. Bonsai move to the bottom, and Pettick is the leader.
And we have a yellow with 4 cars involved, so that will negate that move by Rowan Pettick.
Meanwhile, Woody Pitkat just doesn't give up in the outside lane. Behind him is Sean Foster. There's Todd Owen. Trouble now, pulling out of line. Pitkat almost loses his race car, gathers it back impressively, but he's lost 4 positions. Out in front, it is still Priest, the leader of the pack. Keith Rocco still running in second, and third now is car number 19, Joey Cipriano. He's come from the back of the pack, and he's on the podium, Matt.
And he has to hold off Dan Avery in order to do that, but he is going after the 88 of Keith Rocco. What a story developing here. Rocco in second, but he is getting a severe challenge from Joey Cipriano.
Joey Cipriano is all over Keith Rocco. There was a time when a lot of people thought that Keith Rocco owned this racetrack, but that is not the case here tonight. Meanwhile, Avery sets among the top 4 cars. All of a sudden, Foster's trying to get back into this one. So is it Woody Pitkat as they work their way to the line. Less than 5 circuits to go.
Move to the bottom by Cipriano. It's pulled even with Rocco. They exit the 4th corner. They are crazy glued together. Slight advantage by a cookie crumb. Joey Cipriano. And Cipriano has whirlwinded his way into second place.
Joey Cipriano has come from the parking lot to move into second.
Avery lunging his way on the bottom. Here comes Priest. They bazooka their way off the corner. Ryan Priest is your leader with 1 lap to go.
Down to the bottom of turn number 1. Priest is still in command. Here comes Avery. He tries to snooker his way into second. They are 3 wide in a bid for the runner-up spot. Avery tries to hold off Cipriano. Here comes Sean Foster off turn number 4. Ryan Priest will take down the win. Sparks will fly. Rocco will finish in second, and unofficially in third is Sean Foster. Meanwhile, Dylan Campbell also a factor. He's stuck in the outside lane. Here comes Membrino. Car number 44 is looking good. And look at Talman. Car number 13. They are 3 wide to the bottom of turn 3.
And Talman backs out of it. It was 3 wide genocide. And it is going into turn number 4. And the survivor of that is a 22 of Wesley Prucker. Goff is running in 4th. Then it's Prucker next. At the front of the parade is Tony Membrino Jr. Now Talman pushes the 87 to the wall. So the squeeze play for Farino, and he glances against the concrete. Ronnie Williams moving quickly. He is even with Talman in a battle for second. Energy charge for Talman. He pulls even with Membrino. 3 wide off of turn number 4 on the white flag lap.
The white flag is out. Final circuit. Membrino is on the outside. Talman is on the inside. They head off turn number 2. They're closer than most people parked down the back straightaway. Talman on the inside. The fans are ready to stand in their seats. Ladies and gentlemen, off turn number 4. Talman and Membrino. It'll be Talman to take it at the line.
Membrino was right there for second. Look at Fern go, just like the old days. The 3-time Pro Stock champion is on the verge of taking over the lead.
Well, that's been happening. Adam Gray says no way. He muscles his way to the inside. Stewart is waiting in the wings for the curtain call. Back to the line they come, and Adam Gray is back in command. Stewart now finds a hole on the inside. Fern drifts up the racetrack. They touch. They bobble. J.J. Hill manages to get by, but unfortunately a tire goes down, and he will hit beneath the Budweiser American Lager billboard. A heartbreaker as J.J. Hill became a victim of circumstances, no fault of his own, as he literally got bounced around like a ball in a pinball machine as he came off turn number 2.
Oh man, the handicaps is, we should probably know this, right?
Yeah, we should.
I don't know, I think it's, you start with maybe the total number of cars in the field.
Then you maybe divide them by 6 and
add 20, the square root of 4.
Then that's the front row.
Ask Mark Root, I guess.
Yeah, no one really knows.
talking about it, DJ Burnham is running in the tire tracks of Bren, but one slip up, he'll be a factor, and that's what you just saw. Burnham pulls out of line. Bren just shuts the door rather abruptly. Further back in the field, here comes Austin Bissett. He now moves underneath Donnie Wood. David Arute is patient in the beginning, but watch him come on strong at the halfway point in this event. Side-by-side racing. Joshua Wood moves into the 4th spot. Challenge for the lead, Matt, off turn 2.
They trying to take it over is DJ Burnham, and he is able to blister his way into the top spot. Bren hanging on, but he cannot keep up with the hectic pace being orchestrated by DJ Burnham.
A little further back in the field, David Arute and Austin Bissett. They were literally sideways at one point, did a great job of gathering the car back. Now the challenge is for 3rd. Bren to the outside. He's sideways. He tries to shake off Joshua Wood down the back straightaway. Here comes Donnie Wood. Dear old dad is not letting son get far out of his sight. And there is Heinz again. And now here comes David Arute and Austin Bissett to challenge as we've got 6 laps up on the big board.
The Heinz is able to fireball his way underneath Bren. As that car was tilted on the backstretch, he got a little woozy, and now David Arute is able to thunder his way around him. Little 3-wide situation, and Albert Saunders thinks better of it. He backs off at the green 04 car. A man who doesn't have the phrase back off in his vocabulary is DJ Burnham. He has a sturdy lead over Andrew Hayes with Bren on into John Deere country. He has the inside track down low, and he is able to disco his way into the number 2 position.
Austin Bissett moves into the runner-up spot. Hayes is right there. He gives him a solid tap to the bumper, but that doesn't upset the rookie. He slides up the hill just a bit. Andrew Hayes moves into 2nd. Here comes David Arute to the bottom. On the podium is Arute. He's come from the back of the pack as well. He started in the 7th spot, and he is now up to the 3rd position. And then Cliff Saunders picks up at the rear of the field with car number 4. They scramble like a swarm of bees about to come out of the nest. All of a sudden, we've got one around as the 21 comes into contact with the 74. They all scramble. Fluckinger is down on the grass, but they're all headed in the right direction. And guess what, Matt? We are under green. Off the turn, they come back to the line. The yellow and the black car are contending now among the top 6 cars. Keep your eyes on Fern. He's only a youngster, and he's just doing a great job as he did back on Sizzler Weekend. He's sideways, Matt, corrects the automobile, and here comes car number 36. Kelsey Rattino has now picked up a spot.
Looked like he did a little bob and weave coming off turn number 2, and it cost him some momentum. So that car almost on life support, Ryan Ferd, as it goes into the Raisinette section of the track, into the marbles. The big story of this race continues to be Jeremy Lavoie. It's almost like he has anthrax on that bumper, and nobody wants to get near him. Calling it an early night is Andy Marquez in turn number 5.
Yeah, he was fast, and we weren't catching him, so I was happy just to come off with 2nd. I couldn't ask to race with a better group of guys here. I mean, everyone raced clean up front, and this feels great.
My favorite bucklerism is, I got to be honest with you, I stopped listening to bucklerisms about 5 years ago. He throws them out there now, and I don't know where he thinks of them. He must think of them all week. But honestly, Matt, I can't think of any because you just spout them off too much.
But look at Fern. He is all over the back bumper of Gambacorta down in turn 4.
So he has some cannonballs left. Opening for 92. Tommy Fern trying to shuffle his way down low. And it looks like he is going to electrify his way into the lead on lap number 4.
He does it with finesse and style. Mavrogiannis says if he can do it, so can I. Jim Mavrogiannis wasted no time at all. Saw the door open. All of a sudden, Gray wants to be on the podium. Woody Pitcat, he says, he's going for it with car number 88.
Pitcat looks like a new man with his car on the bottom groove as he's able to thunder his way underneath Gambacorta.
Oh, Peterson is in trouble.
Good job. And Peterson in trouble as he is in limbo on the outside groove.
And Andrew Duran is right there in his tire tracks as they come off turn number 4.
And Botticello continues to lose ground. He is taken to the outside. He goes around trying to keep that car under control. And now also a car in trouble. in turn number 2 as it goes around in the opposite direction. That's Corey Casagrande. And it is Fern holding off the combination of Mavlijanis and Adam Gray. The top 4 drivers could fit inside a frying pan. Here comes Mavlijanis trying to elbow his way down low. Fern shuts the door down low, but that leaves him vulnerable up high to Adam Gray.
Into turn number 4. On the outside, Jim Mavlijanis looking racy. Fern tries to guard the spot. Adam Gray is all over him. And now Woody Pitcat is becoming a factor as well. All of a sudden, it is still Fern the leader. Gray slips up just a bit, giving Mavlijanis the advantage. Car number 01 is back to second, but at the other end of the racetrack, it's a whole different deal.
But Gray takes advantage of that opportunity, and he is able to scramble his way into second. Physical Racing a little deeper in the pack. Sorzelli and J.J. Hill are waging a war deeper in the field.
Here comes Avery on the outside. Trouble down the backstretch. We've got one around, and it's a scramble.
Was spinning around in car number 22, Michael Jarvis, and that started the chain reaction and the mess in turn 3.
Brian Sullivan also in on the pit lane. He's got a right Nerf bar that's leaning up against the right rear tire, so they're working on that as well. So a lot of things down here happening when the backstretch closed up very, very, very quickly down the backstretch. And right now you can see Eric Byrne's car being brought back to the paddock area as well on the back of the wreckers. So that was an incident that certainly put a lot of guys in distress and a lot of work being done down here on the pit lane.
Joe, you said it best when you said that literally the track suddenly closed up, and that is exactly what happened. We're going to take a look at the instant replay and see if we can figure it out. Down into turn number 1, everybody is close. It looks like normal racing. They come off the second turn and down the back straightaway, and all of a sudden the outside lane, Matt, starts to falter. When it does, it sets off the ripple effect,